Welcome back to the channel. Most expensive and rare coins in the world's 1993 1-cent coin, focusing on its value, history, and what makes some versions worth significantly more than their face value. Hey everyone, welcome back to your channel name. Today, we're diving into the world of coin collecting to talk about a small but mighty piece of currency that many people overlook, the 1993 1-cent coin. It may be small, but for collectors and enthusiasts, this coin can have some big value attached to it. That's right. The 1993 1-cent coin can be worth way more than its face value, depending on its condition and certain unique characteristics. So, if you've got one lying around, keep watching to find out if you might be holding a little piece of treasure. Section: A brief history of the 1993 1-cent coin. Let's start with a quick history lesson on the 1-cent coin. First minted in the late 1700s in the United States, the 1-cent coin, or penny, has gone through numerous design and metal changes over the centuries. But for our focus today, let's jump forward to the 1993 version. In 1993, the U.S. Mint was producing pennies with the familiar image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, or front side, designed by Victor David Brenner. This design has been used on the penny since 1909, making it one of the longest-running coin designs in American history. But did you know? The metal composition of these coins changed in 1982 due to the rising cost of copper. Before then, pennies were made mostly of copper. However, the cost of copper rose, and the U.S. Mint switched to a copper-plated zinc composition. This is important because it impacts not just the coin's appearance and weight, but also how rare certain versions of the 1993 penny can be. Section: Key features of the 1993 1-cent coin. Okay, so what exactly makes the 1993 penny unique? Let's break down some of the characteristics that collectors look for. Mint marks. First, you'll notice that some 1993 pennies have a D or P mint mark below the year on the coin. The D stands for the Denver Mint, and the P for the Philadelphia Mint. Coins from the Denver Mint were produced in higher quantities, so they're generally more common. But the rarest of all would be 1,993 pennies with errors or unusual characteristics, regardless of the mint, weight and composition. Remember that change in metal composition I mentioned? Coins struck with copper before 1982 weigh 3.11 grams, while those after 1982, including the 1993 penny, weigh 2.5 grams due to the copper-plated zinc. Errors and variations. Now here's where things get really interesting. Some 1993 pennies have errors, which can increase their value dramatically. Common error types include double die errors, where part of the design appears doubled, or off-center strikes. These variations can make the 1993 penny much more valuable to collectors. Section: Value of the 1993 1-cent coin. Alright, so let's get to the part you've been waiting for. What's this coin worth? Typically, a 1993 1-cent coin in circulated condition is still worth just about 1 cent. However, if you have a 1993 penny in uncirculated condition, especially with no scratches, dings, or discoloration, it can be worth a bit more to collectors, especially if it has any unique characteristics. Face value versus collectible value. While the face value of the coin is 1 cent, collectible values can range from a few cents to several dollars for regular coins in pristine, uncirculated condition. A mint state grade of MS65 or higher can fetch anywhere from 10 cents to $1. Error coins. Now here's the big money. Error coins, like those with double die or off-center strikes, can fetch anywhere from $10 to hundreds of dollars, depending on the severity of the error. Double die pennies, in particular, are sought after and can be worth significantly more than face value. Rare high-grade examples: if you happen to have a 1993 penny that's been professionally graded and deemed to be in top condition, or if it has a unique error, it could sell at auction for a significant amount. In rare cases, some pennies in top-grade MS66 or higher conditions can sell for $100 or more. Section: How to determine your coin's value. So, how can you tell if your 1993 penny is worth something extra? First, check its condition. If it looks uncirculated or has unusual markings, it's worth looking closer. inspect the coin closely, look for any doubling in the text or design, especially in words like Liberty or the year 1993. A magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe can help you see details. Get it graded. If you think your penny might be valuable, consider sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They can give it a grade based on its condition, which will help establish its value. If you decide to sell it, check online marketplaces. Websites like eBay can give you an idea of what collectors are willing to pay. Just search for 1993 pennies in similar condition to yours and check the sold listings for the best estimate. Conclusion: so, there you have it. That's everything you need to know about the 1993 1-cent coin, from its history and unique characteristics to the potential value it could hold. Who knew that a simple penny could be worth so much? Make sure you check your coin collections at home. You never know, you might have a rare 1993 penny just waiting to be discovered. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more coin collecting tips and historical deep dives. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy collecting. Next today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1988 1-cent coin, or as many of us call it, the penny. But did you know that certain 1988 pennies could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars? That's right. This seemingly ordinary coin has some surprising secrets, and today we're going to uncover why some of these pennies are worth so much more than just 1 cent. So, grab a seat and get ready to take a journey into the history, rarity, and potential value of the 1988 penny. Let's start with a bit of history. The US 1-cent coin, or penny, has been a staple of American currency for over 200 years, first minted back in 1793. Through the years, the design of the penny has changed multiple times. The Lincoln cent, featuring President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, or front side, was introduced in 1909, commemorating his 100th birthday, and it's been an iconic part of American currency ever since. In fact, the Lincoln design is now the longest-running design on any U.S. coin. However, the penny hasn't remained exactly the same all these years. Now, if you take a close look at the back of the 1988 penny, you'll notice the Lincoln Memorial design. This design was introduced in 1959 to replace the earlier wheat penny design, and it stayed in circulation until 2008, when it was eventually replaced with the Union Shield design. So, a penny from 1988 belongs to what we often call the Memorial Cent series. 1988 was an interesting year for pennies because it was right before some major changes in U.S. coin production. For instance, 1982 was the last year that pennies were made primarily from copper. Due to rising metal prices, the U.S. Mint switched to a copper-plated zinc core, which is much cheaper. So, all pennies from 1983 onward, including those from 1988, are made primarily from zinc with just a thin copper coating. Now, you might be wondering, why would anyone pay more than 1 cent for a 1988 penny? Here's where it gets exciting. Some 1988 pennies are highly valuable due to a few key factors, including condition, errors, and varieties. Collectors look for unique features or errors that make certain coins rare and desirable, and the 1988 penny has a few noteworthy ones. Let's go over them one by one. Error coins. First, let's talk about error coins. Error coins are coins that were minted with mistakes, which can make them rare and highly valuable. When it comes to 1988 pennies, one of the most famous errors is the 1988 double die obverse. In this error, the doubling happens on the obverse side of the coin, where you might see doubled letters in the words Liberty or In God We Trust. Some collectors have found double die 1988 pennies with these features, which are quite rare and can fetch a good price in the coin market. How much is a 1988 double die penny worth? Well, it depends on the severity of the doubling and the coin's overall condition. High-quality examples of these error coins have sold for hundreds of dollars at auctions. If you're lucky enough to spot a dramatic double die error on your 1988 penny, you might just have a small fortune in your hands. Mint mark varieties. Another reason some 1988 pennies are valuable is due to mint mark varieties. Pennies minted in 1988 were produced at two different locations, Philadelphia, which used no mint mark, and Denver, which used a small, D mint mark under the year. However, there's one particular variety that really gets collectors excited, the 1988 transitional error with reverse of 1989. This transitional error is known as the reverse of 1989 penny. What does that mean? Well, in 1988, the US Mint made a small change to the reverse side die, which affected pennies starting in 1989. However, a few 1988 pennies were accidentally struck with the reverse die intended for 1989. You can tell if you have one by carefully examining the initials, FG, near the Lincoln Memorial on the back of the coin. On a 1988 penny with the reverse of 1989, the initials have a different style and spacing compared to the regular 1988 version. Coins with this 1988/1989 reverse variety are rare, and collectors will pay a premium for them. If you have one of these in mint condition, you could potentially sell it for anywhere from $50 to several $100s, depending on demand, grading and condition. Of course, as with most collectible coins, the value of a 1988 penny depends heavily on its condition. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state, with MS 70 being the perfect condition. If you have a 1988 penny in MS 65 or better, meaning it has little to no wear and strong, sharp details, it can be worth significantly more than face value. And if it's an error or variety coin in that condition, you've got a real collector's item. So, if you want to check the condition of your 1988 penny, use a magnifying glass to look for any imperfections, wear, or doubling. Consider getting it professionally graded if you believe it's in excellent condition or shows an error variety. Graded and certified coins typically bring higher prices at auctions. Wrapping up, to sum up, while most 1988 pennies are worth just their face value of 1 cent, a select few could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, thanks to rare errors and varieties. If you're a coin collector or just someone curious about rare finds, it's worth checking any old pennies you have from 1988. Who knows? You might just uncover a hidden gem. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more content on coin collecting and rare finds, and leave a comment below if you have any interesting 1988 pennies of your own. Until next time, happy hunting.